Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Locker Room, our weekly podcast where we shine a light on all of our student athletes in the Bayou region. I'm Stan Gravois. He is Dustin Robichaud, our graphic designer. And on this wet morning, Dustin is going to tell us that today is
Happy Doctor's Day, Stan.
Happy Doctor's Day. How apropos of where we work here at a hospital.
Absolutely.
Again, we are coming to you from Terrebonne General in the Locker Room, where our Community Sports Institute is located. All of you physicians out there, hope you have a wonderful day as you're out there saving lives and doing the things that you do, right?
Yes, in the rain.
In the rain. It was listen, we needed the rain though. I
We
will
did.
say that. I'm not sure we needed it in droves like we got it in here in the Bayou region. I think we got it a little bit worse than what everybody else got it today. But again, we needed it. We hope it doesn't interfere too much with softball and baseball play. But the fact is that most teams are off today, Monday. They get back after it tomorrow. But I do understand it's supposed to be a wet week. So we'll see how that works out. It is Holy Week, obviously, with Easter coming up this Sunday. We do want to remind you we will not be here next Monday. That's simply because of a couple of reasons. One, Dustin's not going to be here.
I will
Might be
not.
the biggest reason. Two, it is a holiday, right? Most people get that Monday off. And three, we, as the Community Sports Institute, is going to be assisting Terrebonne High School in their big tournament. If you saw our podcast last week, you saw Tyler Lewis talk a little bit about how important it is to make money for your athletic departments. Terrebonne High School is doing that on Monday. And we here in the Community Sports Institute are going to be supporting them over at Ellendale as they have their big yearly golf tournament, the Tiger Classic. So listen, if you want to get involved with that, call Terrebonne High. They would be glad to enter a team if you have it there. It's a really good tournament. They do a terrific job. So again, that's next Monday. So we're going to be off for 1 week just in time to come back the following Monday and let you know exactly who's going to be in the baseball and softball playoffs. Even though, wink, wink, I can tell you now. And we are going to do that a little bit later in the show. But our first segment today is Dustin, something that Dustin knows nothing about this because I actually sort of pre-taped this one. I went to South Terrebonne High School. There's a young lady there. Her name is Taylor Malonsaw, and she is the first, or at least the first that I know of, bowler to sign a college scholarship from the area.
Wow.
Here's the kicker. She's going to a school called McPherson in Kansas. So she's traveling out to Kansas.
Okay.
Seems excited about it. Seems like she wants to travel and wants to see other places. So she's going to Kansas. $26,000 a year
Wow.
is what her scholarship is to bowl. And as I talked to Coach Archie Adams, the bowling coach and athletic director at South Terrebonne, he's going to further explain to you that there is so much money, especially in girls bowling, that is not taken advantage of.
Wow.
Now, listen, it's not like we have a lot of schools in our local area that bowl. As a matter of fact, I think the only one I know of that bowls is Southern. But that being the case, I don't care if you got to go out of state. $26,000 is $26,000. I talked to Taylor a little bit about why she chose McPherson and what she hopes to do once she gets there in Kansas. I also talked to Coach Archie Adams about what kind of bowler McPherson is getting.
I chose McPherson because it's a great small college. Like, it looks big, but it's small and everybody's like nice and everything friendly. And I don't know, I just wanted to go far away for college. I thought it was a fun sport. I had friends that told me to try out, so I just tried out for fun. And then by the end of my ninth grade year, I was just like, this is a fun sport, so I'm gonna keep doing it. And then I started liking it more and more. I was like, maybe I'm gonna do it for college. Thank my mom and dad for bringing me to all my practices, paying for like my bowling just for bowling for fun. Thanks for my coaches for teaching me new ways to like fix how I get all my spares. But also thank to like all the coaches that have helped me with like signing and stuff. And my Mr. Whitehead, from McPherson, he has helped me whenever I went bowl up there with the team. He has helped me a lot to like tell me about their lanes and everything. So when I went up there, I thought it was a fun place to like be somewhere new in Kansas because it's there's really nothing of Kansas, but it's really pretty up there. But when I went bowl with them, the girls were really nice, helping me out, and I just got to know them better because I'm gonna start a team with them.
Hardworking because I actually teach her, this year, and I've coached her for the last 4, and, we have a bowling season, okay, and a lo to be honest, the majority of our bowlers, they bowl during the season, and that's pretty much it. But we do have a few boys and girls that decided early on, especially their ninth grade year, that they wanna be better. They wanna get better, and that's what you get in Taylor. She's gonna work. She traveled many different places away from bowling season throughout the year, and it's amazing to see, how she started in ninth grade and what she ended up now. I mean, the progress was just, great, and, they're gonna get somebody that's gonna work hard and gonna make the grade and, not mess around. Girls bowling is the best kept secret. That if people would just realize there's so much money out there. In my 14 years of bowling, wow, 14 years, um, I've had 3. This is the 3rd one. The other 2 I had all the way up. Southern has a program at Baton Rouge, and there's several. Every year I contact a list of coaches that, we keep in touch with, and they ask me about players and, bowlers, things like that. So I had 2 that came to me at the end of the year and changed their mind. So Taylor, I'm hoping will go out and make that example that I can tell, future bowlers, hey, there's money out there, a lot of it. I mean, she's getting 26,000 a year to go there. I mean, that is amazing. So, and well deserved. And I'm speaking for Coach and I. We're very proud of Kayla, where she started and where she ended up. And I'm hoping I just talked to Coach Gravois about it. I've had 2 other, you know, bowlers on the girls' side through the years, 14 years already, that had full scholarships, changed their mind at the last minute. So I'm hoping this will be the difference. So I could tell that story to the the bowlers I have now. It's not too late, But the difference is what people don't realize. We have bowling season, and if you pick up your bowling ball, you're not going to hit any better. Taylor travels through the country. Her parents are great, supportive. She gets better. She gets better outside of the bowling season. That's what's important. And I'm telling, $26,000 a year. I wish my daughter would have bowled.
Again, congratulations to Taylor. What a awesome opportunity to get to do that on the next level. She'll be going to Kansas as soon as she graduates. Now, listen, you can't just pick up a ball and go throw gutter balls and get a scholarship, right? It was well explained to me by everybody at that signing that this young lady works extremely hard, takes the work time to put in to get to that point. So again, you got to do what it takes, right? But yeah, what a great payoff at $26,000 a year to bowl for that college. I also mentioned we talk a little bit about baseball and softball, as I think we know who is going to be in the playoffs, who is not going to be in the playoffs. Let's get to that now. Let's start with baseball, 8-5A, as we do whenever we talk baseball. Hornville, Destrehan, Terrebonne are in as it stands. Remember, 24 get in. Terrebonne sitting right at 24. Thibodaux at 25. So Thibodaux has a chance of getting in. I hope it's not at the cost of Terrebonne being out. Interestingly enough, this past week, guess what, folks? Thibodaux put it to Terrebonne. Interesting. Again, these PowerPoints are an accumulation of the entire year, not one single game. So just because Thibodaux did beat Terrebonne does not give them certainly the PowerPoint advantage to move ahead of them. And Terrebonne has played a very tough schedule this year. Unfortunately, Central, HL, and East St. John look like they're out. In District 8-4A, Vanderbilt safely in. Lutcher safely in. E.D. White safely in. Assumption, Ellender, and South Terrebonne at 20, 22, and 23 in non-select. Have to make sure that they keep some wins in there. Not necessarily have to win all of them, but they have to keep some wins in there or they're going to drop out, especially South Terrebonne, and maybe Ellender sitting at 22 and 23. Interestingly enough, when you look at that one, South Terrebonne put it to Ellender. So there's a lot of schools that are lower seeded that have really taken care of higher seeding schools. And the fact is you have to know how to schedule. If you don't know how to schedule, you don't get the power points. You have to schedule to get power points. Let's look at District 7-2A and District 7-2A, Catholic of New Iberia safely in, Delcom safely in. Houma Christian dropped a little bit this week. They started off the season so hot, but since then, it's been sort of either neutral or a little bit of a decline. Of course, they've been playing some really good competition. They are sitting at number 17. They will get in. Actually, Franklin and Lauraville will get in, and they each only have 7 wins this year. And finally, Covenant Christian, very safely in. They're sitting at number 4 in Division 4 Select. Centerville has dropped all the way down to number 4 in Division 4 Non-Select. So there you see 2 teams that are at number 4. That's because they're playing in 2 different brackets. Hanson looks like they're going to be in safely, and Central Catholic at number 17 just has to make it into the top 20, and I think that they will. And we move over to softball. In softball, Destrehan seems to be the cream of the crop in District 8-5A. They are at number 5. Hornville is moving up. They are at number 9 in Division 1 Non-Select. And Thibodaux's going to get in. Got to make it into the top 24. Thibodaux at number 17 right now. Unfortunately, Central, HL Bourgeois, East St. John, and Terrebonne look like they are going to be on the outs looking in. Moving on to District 8-4A softball. In District 8-4A softball, Vanderbilt Catholic is 21-0. They're the number 1 team in Division 2 Select, and they beat Mount Carmel this week. Actually, were down by 2 runs in the 7th inning and came back and won that game. Very impressive. Shows a lot of character. Vanderbilt might be the best softball team in any division in the state of Louisiana. E.D. White, they're at number 2, right behind the Terriers in Division 2 Select. Of course, they've played before, and Vanderbilt came up with a tight win in that one. Lutcher is doing really well. They're number 2 in Division 2 Non-Select. Again, remember, they don't play in the same brackets. South Terrebonne safely in at number 10, and Assumption, I think, safely in at number 17. On the outside is Morgan City, Ellender, and South Lafourche. We go to District 7-2A, where we keep an eye on Houma Christian. Houma Christian is 500 on the year. They're 9-9. They are sitting at number 14 in Division 3 Select, so they will be in. Delcom is the team this year. Delcom usually not that good in softball, but this year they seem like they're going to be the district champion. And finally, in District 7-1A, Covenant Christian had a little bit of a tough week this week. They lost a tough one to Thibodaux High, but they're still at number 4 in Division 4 Select. Central Catholic going to be in at number 20. Hanson fighting to get in, but they are below that threshold. Only 4 wins on the year. Centerville and Jeanerette just don't play a lot of softball. Matter of fact, there you can see they've each played about 8 or 9 games this year. So it's something that they're trying to compete in, but they're not at that level yet. So there you go. That basically lets you know we do have a couple of teams on the bubble, but for the most part, we know who's going to be in and who's going to be out. And if you are curious, when does this all happen? It happens 1 week after Easter. So the next show we come to, that'll be the day that they're putting the brackets together, and we could give you a more solidified look at who's going to be in and who is going to be out. That's it for us. We hope you stayed dry today. We hope that all of our baseball and softball teams can get in their games along with the track meets and everything else in the area. And very importantly, we, again, give a note of congratulations to Taylor Melanson on signing that bowling scholarship. Maybe that will lead to a lot of kids in our area trying to strive in bowling. Heck, $26,000. It would encourage me a little bit also. Anything else signing off, Dustin?
Just again, another kudos to our doctors.
Yep, Doctor's Day today. Thank your doctor if you happen to see it. Hopefully you don't have to see your doctor, but if you happen to see him, give him a hearty congratulations and thanks for Doctor's Day today. And again, have a terrific week and a very, very nice and safe Easter. Take care, everybody.
See you in 2 weeks.